Good morning. Let's begin today with the social science lesson number 6, Effects of British Rule in India. We have learnt in the earlier chapters of history that why did the Britishers came to India, how did they find out the sea route, okay, and what were their basic or main intentions to come to India. First of all, they came for trading. Then, slowly and gradually, they started acquiring their supremacy over India. That means they started establishing their power. We will begin today with this chapter, which shows what are the effects of British rule in India. That means when the British rule started, what was the effect of that on the Indians? Now, here the chapter says that Aruna was reading the newspaper in the morning while her daughter Purva was sitting beside her and doing her homework. Aruna read loudly, Revolution in Libya. Hearing this, Purva asked, why do people revolt? Aruna answered, when the needs of people are not satisfied and people face economic crisis, they revolt. In our country also, during the British rule, the condition of the people was very bad and which resulted in a revolt. That means the British rule, as we have seen in the earlier chapters, was very, very diplomatic. They tortured the people like anything. They wanted the Indians to work for them, and in return, hardly they used to get good amount as salary. So what will happen in that situation? Obviously, it will turn into a revolt. People will oppose. So here Aruna is the mother and she's telling everything, describing everything to her daughter Purva. She's telling, let me tell you about the life of the Indians at that time. So here the chapter begins. India was economically prosperous till the 18th century. What does that mean? Economically, we were very, very sound. We were very rich. The anarchy that followed the death of Aurangzeb, too, could not weaken it. It has been admitted by historians across the world that the industries, production techniques, and the organization of trade in India were unmatched at that time. That means India stood first. As I've told you in earlier history chapters, it was known as a golden sparrow, Sone ki chidiya. Why? Because of the different variety of spices, things, industries, etc., which were found in India. They were unmatched. Unmatched means जिसका कोई match ही नहीं है. इतना outstanding था, इतना अच्छा था. The same country, India, became poor and bankrupt during the nearly 200 years of British rule. It became the country that supplied raw material to the factories in England and offered a large market for the finished products of the factories in England. This also we have seen in the earlier chapters that all the raw materials were taken from India to England. They made the finished goods there and they used to sell those same goods to our country, to the people of our country. So you understand, raw material hamara, almost the laborers who used to work on in those industries also were Indians, and the finished products which they used to sell those products in India itself. That means India का माल ही इंडिया को वापस बेच रहे थे. Just they used to stamp it as made in England. So it became foreign goods. Understood? Now, what happened then? The condition of the peasants or the artisans, it deteriorated. Deteriorated means went down. Let's study about it. The condition of peasants and agriculture during the British rule. The British got a new opportunity to increase their income after the acquisition of the Diwani rights, that is, the rights to collect land revenue of Bengal, Bihar, and Orissa. So, after the battles which the Britishers fought, Battle of Plassey and Battle of Buxar, the Britishers got these rights to collect the revenue from Bengal, Bihar, and Orissa. They started exploiting peasants. Who are peasants? Farmers, to earn more revenue, and as a result, the peasants became poorer. What will happen? The peasants were not getting enough money to even buy the seeds to sow in their land. If there are less seeds to sow, what will happen? The crops which are yield will be very less. Okay, if the crops are less, then harvesting will be less. The crops which they sell, the finished good which they sell in the market also will be less, and in return they will get very less amount as their income or profit. And in that also, they had to give some amount to the Britishers in the form of revenue or taxes. So what happened? The condition of the farmers became poor. They became more poor. Many times the peasants had to sell their jewelry to pay the revenue. Because as I told you, if they did not have enough crops to sell in the market, what will happen? They will not have enough profits, and but the revenue remained the same. Unlike now, unlike now means now in our Indian constitution, you know there is a tax called income tax. What is that? That is the tax on the amount of income you are earning. It is various divided into various categories. People who earn 2 lakhs, they have to give minimum amount as revenue or as tax. People who earn 5 lakhs have to give more amount, and so on. It goes on. So in short, people who earn very less, say for example 2 lakhs, have to give for example 2000 rupees as a or 20,000 rupees as a tax, and people who earn 10 lakhs, they have to give more amount in the form of tax. So in short, the tax, it depends on the revenue, the income of the people. Okay, but here the Britishers were very cruel. They were least bothered whether the farmer is earning or not, whether he's gaining profit or not. They were just, you know, bothered about filling their own treasures. So what did they do? They imposed the same amount of taxes on the farmers. Even if the farmer is not earning, even if it is a drought and there is no rain, okay, if there is no rain, what will happen? The crops will not grow it only, but still the farmer had to pay the tax. So many times they had to sell their jewelry. A large number of peasants had to borrow money from the moneylenders and consequently fell into a debt trap. That means when they go on borrowing money from the moneylenders, what will happen? More and more amount of debt will be there. That means no earning. अगर बहुत ज़्यादा पैसा वो मनी लेंडर से लेते जा रहे हैं, लेकिन उसको पे कैसे करेंगे? Because they hardly have any revenue, hardly have any income. Okay, so they consequently slowly they fell into a trap of debt. Debt means udhari. Farmers lost their land and agriculture suffered in many regions of India. Moreover, Bengal witnessed a terrible famine in the year 1770 CE, in which lakhs of people died of starvation. What is starvation? Hunger. So, as I told you, if there is a year of drought, drought means famine. What will happen? There will be no rain. If no rain, no crops selling in the market, that means no income at all. And so many peasants, thousands, lakhs of people died of starvation. Starvation means bhukmari. People did not have anything to eat at all. Understood? But do you think the Britishers were affected by this? No. They were hardly any, there was hardly any effect on them. They were so cruel. They were just bothered about filling their own treasures, gaining profits, and giving hard. In this picture, we can see the peasants. They are sitting around and they are worried. See, we can see the hands of people on their heads, which means they are in tension, they are in depression. What would they do now? Understood? This was the time when Lord Cornwallis he came to India. And what happened then? What happened then? Let's see on the effects on social life of the people. Warren Hastings, the person who was given the job of collecting revenue, was known as a collector. He also performed the function of a judge. So he was both the collector of the revenue as well as the judge. The British system of administration destroyed our ancient system of self-rule. That means self-rule. Self-rule means the rule of the kings. So the British system of administration, it completely destroyed our self-rule. In the ancient times, every village was like a small republic. Gram panchayats handled the administration of the entire village. These panchayats were like the backbone of the self-rule in our country. So, as the backbone of, they were the backbone of our country. These institutions of local self-rule stood their ground even during the times of foreign invasions and the Sultanate period, but were destroyed due to the administrative policies of the British. So we can say that these panchayats or the gram panchayats, they were so strong, they had so much strength, they could withstand the opposition of the Sultanate period. That means the rules of Sultan or the Muslim kings. Even though that means what? Even though the Muslim kings were ruling, but still these gram panchayats were their own self-dependent. The people of panchayat, they had chosen the owner of this, the leader of this Gram Panchayat, which is called Sarpanch. In this way, as we have already studied what is the meaning of Gram Panchayat. So, in short, such kind of smaller institutions could withstand the invasions, the attacks of the Sultanate period. But as the Britishers came into existence or their rule started, this kind of Gram Panchayats, they lost their identity. Slowly and gradually, what happened? The Britishers took over the powers from every small institution and they started ruling all over India. The policy of social reforms by the company made people feel insecure and suspicious. So, such kind of policies we have seen, right? Many policies were introduced by the British, subsidiary alliance system, annexation policy, and few others also were there. So, what happened after the introduction of those policies? The, such policies of the company they made people feel insecure and suspicious. They were not sure whether their future is secure or not. They did not like that policy of Britishers. They felt that the government was trying to convert them to Christianity and destroy the Indian culture and religion forever. So they understood that they are trying to, the Britishers are trying to turn them into Christians and destroy the Indian culture and religion forever. And they were very stubborn. They wanted that they should follow their own religion. Obviously, everyone wants that, right? You also would not like if anybody forces you to join, to start, any following any other religion. You will like to go or follow your own religion, the religion of your choice. People believed that the Indian social system was deliberately undermined in the railways and military. So, deliberately, forcibly, they were asked to, follow the system of the Britishers. An order was passed in Agra that every Indian had to salute the British. If it was not done, it was considered a crime and was liable for punishment. As a result, there was a widespread sentiment of anger and hatred for the British among the Indians. Now, what happens? We have learned from our childhood that respect is something which is mutual. If you give respect, you will be given respect. You understand? If you give respect to someone, you will get respect in return. Okay, but here what happened? In Agra, there was a rule passed that whosoever do not pay salute to the Britishers, they will be considered, it will be considered a crime and they will be liable for punishment. And there was a widespread sentiment. Because of this, what happened? People started hating the Britishers. The Indian people, they had lot of anger against the British. Destruction of Indian trade and industries. The handlooms of India supplied textile to the markets of Asia and Europe. The traders from the European countries used to come to India to purchase commodities. This we have seen in earlier chapters that people from all over the world, they were so much attracted to the textiles of the textile markets of Asia, especially India. So traders from all over the world, especially the European countries, they used to come to India to purchase commodities or various things. The Indian made jute, silk, woolen and cotton textiles were in high demand in the European markets. The soft and delicate muslin of Dhaka was world famous. So all these commodities, they were very much liked by the European people. Apart from textiles, commodities such as salt, saltpetre, sugar, etc. were exported in exchange of tremendous amount of bullion, that is gold and silver. So they used to take or buy such products in exchange of gold and silver. You understood how important those commodities were for the Britishers. If you think in today's time, would you exchange these commodities in exchange of gold and silver? Gold और silver देके और ये commodities buy करोगे तुम? No. Why? Because nowadays the amount or the price of gold and silver is very high. But in those days you can expect they were equivalent to these products. The price of gold and silver was equivalent, if not equal, little bit more than these things. So we can understand how these things were so much important. Now, the whole scenario changed as the British rule was implemented. The flow of bullion, gold and silver got reversed. In the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, the British took 500 crore rupees as per today's standard only from Bengal during their rule. Just imagine the wealth the British would have accumulated from the whole country. So, all this scenario changed once the British rule started in our country. Which scenario changed? The prices of gold and silver got reversed. In the beginning of the Indian Revolution, what happened? The Britishers took 500 crore rupees. Just think about it. Such a huge amount. Only from Bengal, a single state. Okay, during their rule. That means they looted the farmers, the peasants. This is mentioned only about a single state. Think about other states, how much they have accumulated. कितना पैसा पूरे देश में से उन्होंने लूटा होगा. Okay, so if the people, if the Indians, they were in opposition of the Britishers, it was not wrong because they realized that Britishers were here only to loot them, only to take away their wealth, only to cheat them. Understood? So children, we will study the chapter further in the next video, which is our lesson number 6 video. Till that time, stay home, stay safe. Thank you so much everyone, and please pay attention to the videos which are sent to you. Try to learn from them.